Let's test. I see. Hey guys, it's been a bit. It's been a long time since you guys have seen me, but we're back at my gaming studio. So we'll get right to it. I'm here for 2 weeks, so things will be a lot cleaner in regards to how we're doing things. So just bear with me. Things are still kind of like all over the place, but for the most part, we are pretty much set up and good to go. All right. So I'm giving myself like at least an hour work time tonight. Just for now. This is a little bit early, but I gotta start working on other things. I gotta get that lore video done. I'm gonna be working on this back and forth. Hopefully everything works out good. But yeah, we're pretty much on my old ancient ass Twitch setup right now, so things will be running a lot smoother. Hopefully there's no crazy like shenanigans we have to deal with, but for the most part, everything seems like it's relatively good. So what am I gonna do today? We have to try to fix this. This is gonna be fixed. Unfortunately, this is still relatively corrupted. I know it's gonna take a while to fix, but I think we are good to go. All right, so we'll do a couple of rewatches. We'll adjust a few things here and there. We'll do a little bit of Aseprite work, but we'll primarily be focused on Adobe Animate tonight, this afternoon. But it's definitely weird being back home. That this whole entire setup is just ancient now. Okay. It's very dusty in here, so I gotta go clean after this. I'm probably gonna end up bringing my gaming rig with me. It's already set up, good to go. Just gotta pack it up later. It's gonna be a lot easier working on that instead of working on my laptop. We're gonna probably add a little bit more frames to that. Okay. We're gonna end up swapping out the electricity effect that we have on Minardi and Mia when they're doing the whole little elbow thing. It just doesn't look good. It's so weird seeing like how clear this looks on my gaming monitors right now. I'm not seeing anything too crazy happening. And as mentioned before, you have to be very careful with Adobe Animate. There are times where everything looks smooth, but a keyframe may get moved somewhere else. That does happen from time to time. So for the people that have been following this before, the biggest issue we've had with this specific project is a certain effect got screwed up. I don't know what happened, but it corrupted the entire project. So whenever I try to add any of my FLA files, it just gets corrupted. Okay. So let's see. What are we gonna do? I do like this effect, but the problem is it gets cut out right there. Let's try making it a little bit bigger. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to make this way bigger. All right. See, the problem with this is this little section right there. Like, this works if it's right there. Let's try reducing this. It's gonna still look bad regardless, so we're definitely gonna change this out later. let's see how this looks, and if anything, we'll just end up taking this out. It's not the end of the world, but as I mentioned before, right now we're extremely limited on what we can and cannot use. If this was in the beginning of the project where everything got screwed up, I would have been totally fine with restarting this, but we're about 7,000 frames in, so yeah, I don't want to restart this. And I still haven't figured out why that's occurring. It's just the way I just see it is Adobe Animate is just being Adobe Animate, because we got rid of that effect, so the effect's completely out of the project now. But for some weird reason, it's still lingering inside the project. So whenever I try using Kaya's effects, it just ends up being screwed up. But yesterday when we had a crumbling, the other day when we had a crumbling environment, it didn't show up. So I think it may be good. So after this movie clip, after the movie's finished playing, we're gonna go back to it and we're gonna see if we can add anything. It's so weird not having Weep Cat here no more. Damn. I visited her grave, but it's all good. She lived a very, very long life. So we would normally have my cat show up randomly on this stream back in the day when I was doing Twitch, but she ended up passing away last year. So it's so weird being here and she's not just randomly walking by. It's all good. It's all good. I think that might work. Let's watch it one more time. If I can actually size it up properly, that actually might work. We can do some funky shaking effects later with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have, after the crumbling arena effect goes away, we're gonna have Mia and Minardi just fly into Emil Snowy Beach. Emil Snow Beach could have been so much better. I'm actually gonna even go back and adjust it a little bit. In a perfect world, Minardi's effect would be all over her body instead of pulsating like that. Or her aura. Alright. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slightly make this a little bit bigger so it's covering Mia's Uggs and Minardi's Tims. We might have to actually move this to the left a little bit. Alright, that should be good. Let's make this a little tiny bit bigger. That should be fine. All right. We just have to bring this down a little tiny bit. This is a great effect. I've used it in the past before. It's a good transitionary effect, but we just got to bring it down a little bit. Fuck. Right there should be good. Let's just make sure the entire screen is covered up. Yeah, there we go. That should be fine. All right, we'll save it. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna open up, we're gonna try using Elemental. I don't like using that specific FLA file just because it's given us issues in the past, but we'll see. Actually, no. I think it was February. Yeah. Okay. So before I forget, there's a specific reason why I use the effects that I do use. It's mostly because, again, Adobe Animate is a relatively good program when it wants to be, but a lot of effects that we've used in the past, specifically in the new rounds days, are no longer compatible with Adobe Animate. So I'll read you the exact error that's giving me right now. Action 2.0, which a good chunk of the old ancient effects are, is no longer supported in this version of Animate. The document will now be set to publish as ActionScript 3.0. Also, any ActionScript code attached to symbol or component instances have been removed. Please be sure to convert all ActionScript 2.0 content, parentheses, e.g. code components, to ActionScript 3.0 before publishing. Otherwise, the content will not compile. So, it says it right there. It may be incompatible. Some ActionScript 2.0 effects will work, some will not work. You'll know if it's not going to work if you import it into the timeline, and it goes there, but after a while, it gets replaced by a white dot. Get rid of that effect as soon as possible. If you don't, your entire project will be screwed up. In a perfect world, Adobe Animate will be like, hey, I can't use this, we're just not going to use this. No. Adobe Animate will see the entire project as corrupt. You need to get rid of that ASAP, or else it'll just completely kamikaze your entire project. And it has happened on stream. It was very, it was crazy. It was a very weird experience. So that's the error. That's the notification that comes up. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this specific file. We're gonna go to our library. We're just gonna bring it to the timeline and see if it still acts up. And this is gonna be a relatively short stream. I just want to get myself set up because I do have to work on other stuff. I gotta definitely get that lore video done. I have 2 weeks of no work, so I have no excuse not to release a video because this one's gonna be released in August sometime. All right, let's see. So Burning Aura, we're gonna copy this. We're just gonna bring it somewhere random. We'll put it right here. Burning Aura Dissolve. Let's see. Blank keyframe. Put this right here. All right, let's cross our fingers. We're gonna turn it to a graphic. So what we're looking for is a random diagonal pillar just to show up. That was that symbol that was screwed up. I got rid of it, but it's still showing up, even though it's still gone. Holy shit, it's not there. Well, I think we're good. All right, we could. The problem is, it's not a consistent one, so we can't really use it as an aura. But what we can't do. Okay, well, so we won't use that. All right. We don't have anything that would be good here. We got plenty of attacks. We'll keep this up for now. Oh, while I'm here, might as well show off the Weeb room. It's been a long time since I've definitely been here, but this used to be my old Twitch setup. A lot of anime figures, Weeb TV in the background, a lot of anime memorabilia. It was a very interesting Twitch experience back in the day, but I kept everything, so it's just a museum of sorts back here. Okay, but besides that, I don't know which one I was gonna use before. Still giving me the same error. Because that's hearts. These are heart exclusive ones, so I can't really use them. Unless I wonder. I can be very cute with this. I'll say that one for later, just in case, because you never know. Paste. Hadouken. Or I'll turn this into a graphic. Oh, there it is. Wait. The fuck? See, it's acting up. See? This is what I meant. I got rid of the keyframe. So that should not show up. What? Adobe Animate, please. I wonder. Let's try something else. Insert blank keyframe. So it's in a different layer now. Well, let's turn this into a graphic. Yeah, see? This is what I'm talking. This now you guys see what I was saying earlier. That's very curious, because, and we're gonna get rid of that aura. So I want people to pay attention to this. Aura. So we're gonna get rid of it. It's gonna disappear now. Delete. Delete. We're gonna clear this again. We'll put it right here. It's a blank keyframe. We'll do... Let's try this. We'll just put a random dark aura in there. So that doesn't show up. So I think that's fine. I didn't want to use this because it's a circular aura. It doesn't look right. So... Hadouken. We'll toss in the Hadouken again. The fuck? Interesting. Insert blank keyframe. We'll turn this back into a graphic so we can actually see what's going on. I guarantee you that effect's still gonna show up. See? It's completely out of the library now, but it still shows up. So we can't use certain FLA effects. So we're gonna get rid of this entirely. So I'll have to I'm stuck with the effects that I'm using, which is fine. Not the end of the world, but I tried. Unfortunately, this is a thing. I'm really happy Heart is not in this video, because that would actually suck. I wouldn't be able to use her. Alright, so from here, we'll have a few frames where this is just blank. We'll have Mia and Minardi just fly into the frame. This could have been a little bit better. I'm not going to deny it. I probably could have improved on this, because this is really, like, light. But it's fine. Waves are very hard to do. Okay, let's do Mia first. Copy. I think 20 frames should be fine. We'll paste Mia here. Right? Zoom in a little bit. So this will be point A. Let's have them both come in from this direction. Why did the extra frame get added? Remove frame. Point A. Point B is gonna be right here. Insert keyframe. We'll have Mia come this way. I'll have to get her face plant. Turn this around. Right there. We'll go over tweening real quick. So what we're gonna do is insert a classic ease to this. We're just gonna keep things either as a classic ease or an ease in and out. But for sequences like this, we'll just do classic ease. So if you've ever played Sonic 1, 2, and 3 and Knuckles, what a classic ease is how they pretty much move from left to right in a simple motion. I use ease in and out when it comes to like dashing and other stuff just because I want them to ease into the movement before they actually go. But if you want to keep things simple, just use a classic ease. You need a point A and you need a point B. So here's Mia's point A off screen. Her point B is right here where she lands. Click anywhere in between point A and point B. Right click it. Create classic tween. That's the first option. We're just going to keep it as an ease. So there we go. Boom. So we're going to grab... I'm going to go to my folder. I'm going to grab her faceplant sprite. I probably have to make Minardi a faceplant sprite too. Which is going to be a little bit harder because her dress. Mia and Minardi are difficult because their dress just likes complicating things. Their dresses. Save it. Alright. Let's see. Mia. Downloads, no. Focus on lore. Mia. Faceplants. What the fuck? She has over 109 effects right now. I have to go through all of them so I can actually find the specific, 109 sprites. There we go. Library. We'll get rid of this because we're not using it anymore. Excuse me. Faceplant. So we're gonna go over symbols again. We're gonna zoom in right where Mia has landed, which is right there. Zoom in on her. That should be fine. We're gonna create a blank keyframe. We're gonna grab the latest PNG that I put in there, which would be Mia faceplant. We're not going to do anything to it because the moment you do something to it, it's going to get corrupted. It's not going to get corrupted in the usual sense. It's just going to look extremely bad, blurry, and all the other fun stuff. You need to turn this into a symbol before you do anything. Also, this awkward boss. So, modify, bitmap, trace bitmap. Color threshold's going to be on 1. Minimum error is going to be on 1 pixel. Corner threshold is going to be on many corners. Curve fit's going to be on pixels. Again, color threshold 1. Minimum area 1 pixel. Corner threshold many corners. Curve fit pixels. Click OK. Press F8 on your keyboard. Call it whatever you want to call it because you converted this into a symbol now. Just make sure the type's on graphic. This is just called Mia faceplant. Okay. Now you can size it up as whatever you wanted to. So we're going to just copy this. This is 197 as for the width and 98.85 for the height. Well, I know it's gonna be kind of this is not gonna be accurate. 197. That's kind of close. We could add snow later, but I'm not gonna be worried about effects right now, just because of what's been going on. So let's watch the movie, then we'll do minorities next. Because minority, I definitely have to do some Aseprite work. I know I bash Dark Dawn a lot. I don't mind the game. Like I'll actually, if I'm in the mood, I'll play through it. But this final boss was something. It was a thing. It got away with a lot of bullshit that I feel like it probably shouldn't have gotten away with. Alright, let's see. And I do these rewatches a lot just to make sure our keyframes are lined up. There's no crazy issues that we've seen. Because as mentioned before, this project's already corrupted, as evidenced earlier. Like, I'm limited to the effects that I can use. So I'm just going to finish up Mia's section, then as soon as that's done, we'll go over to Isaac's section, then we'll combine everything together. But I'm going to give myself like 15 minutes because I do want to start working on that lore video. Because I have 45 minutes to listen to myself. It's going to be very annoying. But I definitely need to get that released before I get out of leave. So probably later tonight I'll come back to this and we'll have some fun. Just to save on time, we're not going to do a secondary rewatch after this. We're just going to make sure she lands properly. It looks bad right now. That's something I just got to speed up later once we get to DaVinci Resolve. All right, so we just got to speed that up a little bit. Not a big deal. I figured as much. I'm not worried about the frames right now. As long as it does what it needs to do, I'm fine with it. So we'll reduce like... We'll get away with getting away with like 10 frames, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Save it. I don't use autosaving because autosaving is busted. Reason why it's busted is the longer your project gets, it'll have issues actually autosaving. And autosaving likes coming up with the worst possible moments, like when watching a movie. I've had autosaving freeze on a movie before, and I had to control alt delete the entire program in order to get out of it. It's actually really bad. Okay, so let's do minorities next. We need her damaged, and I gotta make her a faceplant. I could have made that so much better. I really could have. The elbow joint should have been way cleaner, but we know that she's doing a block like that. I can't have her do the Wakanda block because her gloves. Her gloves, they're the same color as her breastplate. Minardi's promo colors are a dull violet, so she wears a lot of dull violet. It looked very weird. Even her with her arms crossed, I barely got away with that. All right, so now we just need her damaged. Oops. The fuck? Oh. All right. Let's copy this. So we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with Mia. We're just gonna have Minari land at a different area. Take this. We'll have them both facing different directions. Modify, horizontal. Get rid of the tween. Insert keyframe. We're gonna have her go right there. If you're not using a layer, always lock it up. All right. So we'll just do this first, and we'll see how this looks. Then I'll get to Aseprite in a moment. Okay. What time is it? 12:15. It's so weird not being at work right now. It really is. The good thing is we haven't had a crash in forever. That's what the biggest thing we were worried about before, just crashes. Because whenever this program crashes, weird stuff happens. We'll have to have Death show up soon too. We're gonna have Nari just keep on slashing it so it doesn't interfere with the fight. Because this fight has to, it's gonna be ending in like another couple of sequences. All right. This could have been so much better with that. I'm so sad. Once I add a camera to this, is a lot better. Perfect. All right, time for a lot of complaints for the next 15 minutes. So, as usual, Aseprite is going to be your primary workhorse. Aseprite's a fun program. It isn't like cooperating at times, but at least it's more reliable than Adobe Animate is. So, a minority faceplant, I'll try to make it as similar to Mia's as possible. So we can just take her. Wait, no, we got. Oh no, we don't need to do anything. I forgot. Like before we had her damaged by Jenna's attack. We just gotta get rid of the scythe. All right. Do I really want to be anal about this? It's fine. Yeah, it's. If anything, I just come back later and just adjust it without scythe. So the exact same thing we did with Mia. It's our blank keyframe. Library. We're going to grab Minardi's faceplant. No. And this here. Minardi faceplant without scythe. I'm pretty sure she should be right there. All right. So just like before, what we're going to do is not use the free transform arrows because things will get very blurry and we don't want that. And things will get very corrupted. Also, we're not listening to plagiarism today. We've listened to enough plagiarism. But I need Dragon Ball hype. Alright. So modify, bitmap, trace bitmap, color threshold 1, minimum area 1 pixel, corner threshold many corners, curve fit pixels. Click OK. F8. Convert to symbol. We'll call this minority faceplant. Let's make it the same size as Mia. Pretty sure it was 98.85. 197. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're relatively the same size. I can probably just get away with making this one a little bit longer. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, let's watch it. We'll give this 2 watches, then we'll wrap it up for today. Well, for this session. Because again, I'm gonna be doing a lot of streams, but I need to focus more so on getting the audio section for that lore video done. Alright. It's one of those situations where this could have been so much better, but hey, things happen. Having Wii TV, off topic, but having Wii TV in the background is funny. Just because there are times where some ecchi shit just showed up, and I'll be like in a hardcore gaming session, just straight up fighting games, going in. Then I'll get distracted by Opie in the background, like, the fuck is happening back there? Wii TV's wild at times. All right. I think the frames that they come in and it's set good. I think it's at 10 frames. We can make it a little bit faster, but I think it's fine. The biggest problem with this project is getting that to look good. Well, let's make it a little bit faster. We'll get rid of 2 frames. 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. Alright, one last rewatch for this session, and then we'll be back a little bit later. Hopefully. I say that, but you never know. Things may happen, but primarily, I'm going to be free for the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to be doing anything. It's just a nice 2-week leave until I go back to work. All right. If you ever see the subtitles for this song, it's actually wild. Oh, hold on. I have to listen to this before we go. I'll take this to the grave with me. Humans in this series are busted. They just hit so hard. $12.18. The corsating aura around Minardi is still temporary. I'm probably not going to keep it. I just need something there for now. Yeah, that's perfect. So one last one, then we'll wrap things up. I could have added a. Hold on. Let's see how this looks. Let's see how Mercury looks like with a tint. It's more so because everywhere else is dark besides Mercury proper. Well, the area at least. It doesn't need to be too egregious. Well, too crazy. Excuse my French. Oh my god, what a word right now. No, it won't work because the characters. Well, yeah, we'll just say the Mercury orb is illuminating the area. We'll just go with that. If you're gonna commit to make everything dark, you have to make sure everything is dark, including the sprites. And that's a lot of extra work that we really don't need to do. I think this is... Wait a minute. I gotta actually listen to the actual boss theme. This is the you know you fucked up theme. Serpent uses Mighty Press. Poseidon uses Watery Grave. Well, I guess I just died. Serpent and Poseidon were very cheap. Well, they weren't cheap. They were just rude. Serpent was the vibe check, and Poseidon was just that angry grandpa that just wanted you to die. Okay. I know I just said last one, but I want to do something real quick. Alright, so that's fine. But what I want to do is when they're doing their first initial breakaway, I can probably get away with making that bigger. I might actually add a flash to that too. I hear my dog barking. Come on. Okay. Let's try making this massive. Just want to see how this looks. If anything, I just resize this later. Hopefully this looks good. Alright. The longer you get into a project, the longer it takes to load up a movie. And just remember, you're capped at 16,000 frames. As soon as 16,000 frames hits, you can't add any more symbols. It's kind of very stupid. It's very stupid, but you have to be wary how much frames you use. So generally, you only have about 3 minutes to make something. There's a lot you can do in 3 minutes, though. All right. I still can't believe I made Ojo Sama Mia. That was a drunken escapade. And I do have my 4 Loko right next to me, but I'm not drinking it just yet. So I'm not intoxicated. I'm kind of worried what I'm going to come up with when I'm intoxicated during this leave. That's better. Having it that size is a lot better than just having it very tiny. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. So let's see. So as mentioned, I'm on leave until August 2nd, so I'm gonna be primarily here. I'm gonna try to do as much streams as possible. I will be doing a lot of streams. They're gonna be very long. Just right now, this one's gonna be relatively short because I have to work on that lore video that I have to release pretty soon. So later on tonight, I'll probably most definitely do another stream, but just be wary. I'm gonna be kind of focused more so on getting that video out. So just bear with me. We'll do a lot more Golden Sun streams in order to get this project done. But this one's coming out at least probably August, so it is what it is. Besides that, I'm glad to be home. So you'll be seeing me more often. But as soon as I get back, I'll go back to my other setup. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Enjoy the VOD crew. We out.